Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. It is Thursday, the 31st of January. Goodness me, the final day of January. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Remember, we're kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here. So when you come back and use the site and use the adverts, that's what generates revenue that keeps the site free of charge. Also by telling your friends about us, so you can follow us on Twitter at Weather School or do a Facebook search for Weather School. By then coming to us and using the charts, etc. Again, it all aids to keep the site here free of charge. So thanks again for doing that. I just want to pick out the warmth that's in the stratosphere at the moment. Now, credit where credit's due on this one. Piers Corbyn got this weather action quite a while back, talking about the increase in temperature in the stratosphere, and over in the States at Weatherbell, Joe Bastardi's been talking about this too. So I'm not the first to pick up on this. Certainly it's one that Piers can claim to have spotted. There it is. Look, there's the warming event taking place. You see how warm it's become. I did point this out a few days ago. This is the temperature in the stratosphere from 1979 through to 2008. As far as the maximums are concerned, which is this line here. There's the minimum during that period there, and the mean running through here, the green line. You can see that we're near the maximum temperature in the stratosphere, and you can pick it out here as well. Look, here's the states underneath here. You can just see Florida sticking out there, and here's the warming event that's taking place. And the effect of this is that it expands up in the stratosphere. It compresses the heights down to the lower parts of the troposphere and has an impact on the weather lower down. So we're still thinking about the risk of some cooler conditions coming through during the course of next week. And we'll get onto that in just a moment. But wanted to show you this one first of all. This is the jet stream chart from this morning, and you see again that the jet is down towards the south of us here. Now just watch what happens, look, as we go through the next wee while. You see by 6 o'clock in the morning the jet tied up with this area of low pressure that's going to be zipping across southern parts of England, bringing some periods of rain, some pretty heavy rain across southern parts of the UK tomorrow. But it's not long before the jet meanders around again, and we get this mild sort of flow coming in from the southwest, and you can see there that by Sunday, look, there's the jet stream in there. So we're in this kind of warmer ridge area here, but what this is doing then is it's pumping warm air northwards all the time here, building the ridge, and it's that's eventually going to be leading to some cooler conditions. So rainfall, well, I know lots of you are interested in rainfall at the moment, trying to get lots of work done outside. This is the rainfall for the next week. You see that most of it is going to be across the western parts of Scotland, an inch or so across western parts of Wales. That's probably going to be near 2 inches, I think, on the hills there, particularly after tomorrow's rain, but little towards the east, look, and this is something that we need to watch, because there will be rain coming across here during tomorrow. It's just that after that there's not actually probably going to be that much around. These are the pressure charts as of this morning, and this is from the GFS model. Low pressure up towards the northwest just at the moment. There's our front sipping eastwards this morning, strong winds down towards the south of that area of low pressure, but it's tomorrow that we've got to watch. Here is the area of low pressure developing by midnight tonight, and you'll watch that just zip its way across southern parts of England, look, tomorrow, taking some heavy bursts of rain with it, but it doesn't look as vicious as that system once did. What's interesting is this cold flow that then comes in behind, look, from the north during tomorrow afternoon. It pushes its way southwards. Now what it might do is turn the rain in the far south to a little bit of sleet and snow over the hills, but really I don't think there's going to be anything widespread there. It's going to be really notable how cold it becomes, how much colder it becomes tomorrow night and into Saturday morning. And then on Saturday itself, probably a nippy day for many, but we will find this warm air kind of riding over the top, and what that will do is bring rain into Scotland and into Ireland during the latter part of Sunday. And then what we find is outbreaks of rain just passing its way southeastwards during the course of the day on Sunday, bringing milder conditions to all, and then early next week, low pressure to the north, higher pressure to the south, fronts pushing their way southwards, and then look, by the middle of the week we hit this colder northwesterly flow. Now the model's still having some difficulty with this, because the GFS tries, once it brings in the cold weather, to take us back into something more milder fairly quickly. It may happen, but my suspicion is not quite in the way that it expects. So this is the high rays, just looking at this quickly from the UK Met Office model. The time of this chart is up here. This is 3 o'clock this morning, and what I want to show you really on this is just the area of rain that passes eastwards during the course of tomorrow. Here it comes, look, into the south. Here it is. This is the position at 3 o'clock in the morning. 1 or 2 heavy bursts going through, but then it's cleared out of the way, look, by midday tomorrow, when we find this brighter weather coming in from the west, and then you notice that the flow there goes more into a northwesterly direction, with everything starting to move back south from the north. So again, picking up on that rain really across the south. That's the most important feature of these charts. Okay, so I hinted at this cooler conditions. This is the temperature graph from the ECMWF. This is how the ECMWF sees things. It's been consistent in this, absolutely consistent, and it's just showing this fall off in temperatures during the middle part of next week. Look, these are 850 temperatures, but still minus 8.5 degrees at 850 is pretty cold. Now, what's it doing? Well, this is how the ECMWF sees things evolving. This is the chart. Let's just get on to today's. There's the chart for today. Okay, these go forward in 24-hour steps. There's tomorrow, and there's Saturday. Look, with our cold northerly flow. Now, watch what happens after this. There's Sunday, and here is Monday. Okay, look at that broad ridge. Remember me showing you that jet stream flowing through here, and this mild southwesterly flow? Well, what's happening is these heights are being pumped northwards all the time, so the heights are building. Look, the second ridge follows in, and it's this one that's important, because as that ridge builds in, and I've been on about this for several days, it turns the flow into a north or northwesterly for us. Then a secondary ridge comes in again. Well, actually it's a thirdary ridge, isn't it, because it's the third one that's come through, and again, look, this one links in to the ridge that's further northwards here across the pole. It turns our flow down into the north or the northeast, and it brings in wintry or cooler conditions. Now, what's interesting about this is that with a north and northeasterly flow, this is going to be turning more unstable all the time down these North Sea areas. So that would be bringing the threat of some sleet and also some snow down the eastern coast of the country, and it's certainly something that we've got to be aware of. Then what we're going to find is, well, according to the ECMWF, is that the ridge here, look, collapses off towards the southeast. Now, I suspect that's not going to happen. It leaves the south of the country with this cold northeasterly flow, look, but what it wants to do is to bring in these milder westerlies over the top by about the 12th or 13th of the month. I suspect that's probably delayed, and if we look at the Canadian, that I think probably has this one a little bit better. So these are the charts going forward in 12-hour steps from the Canadian model, and let's just get back to the beginning again, and I can show you what's happening. Okay, so there's today, here we are on to tomorrow, here we are on to Saturday. Look, here's our ridge building through. Look, there we go. During the course of Sunday, that's the better one to show you there. Look, there it is. There's the jet stream gone through. But then look what happens. In comes those ridges from the west. In come the ridges from the west. Turn the flow. This is the important one here that's developing out towards the west. Turn the flow into the northwest. Now, the Canadian makes far more of this area of low pressure that moves southeastwards during next week. So this would be on Thursday of next week. If this came through, this would bring an area of wintry weather southeastwards through the country, a risk of snow, particularly Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England. It then clears away to the east, but gets stuck across Europe. The feed of cold air coming in on the 8th, so next Friday, keeps this northeasterly flow going. This would bring the threat of some snow across southern areas, but look out towards the west, we've got this Omega high developing here. If that gets cut off through here, what will happen is that high gets centered up here, the jet gets split down towards the south, and we get blocked off with north or northeasterly flow through the following week. And you can see how the GEM is trying to hint at that pattern happening. And in fact, by the 10th, what it does is it's still got the ridge here, still got this northeasterly flow, and keeps us in colder conditions. I actually think that one there is probably the more believable chart. I think by the 10th, it sort of loses it. So I would still go for the idea of taking us up to probably around about, I think still we're looking at this period about the 15th to 18th as the transition, and then going into wetter, milder, windier conditions from around the 20th of the month onwards. So lots going on, very interesting additions out there at the moment. I'll leave it with you. I'll leave that with you for now, so you can watch it again and inwardly digest it. Lots of information there for you. Don't forget, there's more and more charts going on this site all the time. So once again, thank you for watching weatherweb.net. Remember, we're free of charge because of the adverts that are around the screen. It enables me to do these videos for you, these technical videos for you free of charge. So by you coming back, using the adverts, using the site, that's what keeps us free of charge. So once again, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.